Well, let's now focus on China, where we've seen an increase in COVID cases. Of course, nothing compared to what's happening in the rest of the world. A partial lockdown has been imposed in Beijing, with 1.6 million residents banned from leaving after a handful of cases were detected there. 7 cases, in fact, were reported in Beijing on Wednesday, including 6 in the southern Daxing district, is what we believe. And China has largely brought the virus under control. Remember, even as we've seen the rest of the world is struggling, but a spate of small localized outbreaks has led to these fresh measures being announced. Well, to talk more about the situation there, we're joined by Einar Tangen, a political analyst and economic affairs commentator based in Beijing. So, sir, we want to ask you about the situation there. Now, we believe it's very few cases are being reported, but in keeping with the kind of surveillance China has had and the sort of quick action it's taken already, a partial lockdown in Beijing.
Yes, there were 6 cases, as you mentioned, in Daxing, which is around the new airport. It's a massive new facility, and it's used a lot. And there's some concern that it may have come from some sort of transmissal due to the proximity to the airport, either some goods or somebody coming in through the area. In China, they have reacted to all of these things with an abundance of caution. They immediately track and trace everybody who might have been infected, and they do an area-wide lockdown, which in essence means they ask people to stay home. Now, keep in mind, this is not like what you see in other countries where people go out and they start saying, oh, I don't want to stay home. People they obey the rules for their own safety. They stay inside, and they're more than happy to do that. I was here the entire time during this period of the COVID-19, and I can tell you that it was difficult even after they started lifting these stay-at-home orders. For at least a month afterwards, I had many friends who said, look, I'm not going out. I'm sorry, I appreciate the offer to come to the conference or to the dinner or whatever, but I'm going to stay home for this period of time to be safe.
Right, and now, even though the COVID originated in China, in Wuhan, it's been brought under control. Now we've seen the cases going out of control in Europe, in the UK. There's what we call the UK variant of COVID that is seen to be more infectious. And it seems that some of the cases that have been detected in China and Beijing are of the UK variant.
Well, yes. I mean, first off, the Chinese government disputes. They say it manifested first on an international basis in Wuhan, but they point to the Spanish flu, which was actually, it was first manifested in Northern Europe, but because the Spanish authorities were tracking it, they said it's there. So apart from where it's coming from, what is very clear is that the responses in a number of countries in Europe and America and South Africa, because it's been a little bit lax, new variants have come out, and these tend to be because the more successful the flu is based on how transmissible it is, and as a result, you now have 3 or possibly 4 different variants of the flu that are spreading around. And in terms of why it would be that the European variety has come back, is because most of the infections are coming in from outside. People who are traveling into China, they could be of originally Chinese origin or foreigners who are coming in, despite having extensive quarantine periods, which they thought was safe, 2 weeks. They're changing that now. They feel that a number of things got through. They had a young person who came back from school. They did their 2 weeks quarantine, and then a few days later, they were out with their friends, and they manifested, and they were shedding virus, and they infected a number of people. So they're now switching to 3 or sometimes 4 weeks, depending on where you're coming from. And as I said, it's an abundance of caution, but it has served China very well so far.
All right. And then finally, very quickly, do you have any update on the WHO team that's there in Wuhan to study the origins of coronavirus?
Well, the WHO is doing an investigation. There has been logistical issues in terms of them getting in and out, but those appear to be solved. We'll have to wait and see what
right.
kind of conclusions they come to in their report. I have not had any inside information about that, and I'm sure that there will be a report. Hopefully, it'll be a joint report by both China and the WHO endorsing the findings, but it could be that there will be separate reports.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Einar Tangen, for joining us on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.